Someone said, the fear of death is universal, but what is most fearful to mankind is the fear of inadequacy. It's a crazy feeling, not having anything to offer, yet wanting to give everything. The little triumphs growing up made you feel like someone was looking out for you. Quote unquote, the universe must want me to win. When it matters the most, however, you realize you have become that which you swore you would never become, a non-entity. Who are you in the grand scheme of things? You sober up and reality hits. Besides the fly apparel and the admiration from folks with no better role models, you are no step further from the ghetto you've been for years trying to escape. Growing up in a society where manhood is defined by how good you can handle yourself in a fist fight, where you are either the predator or the prey, no middle ground. Most of us learned how to fight and learn fast, not for the desire of street cred, but mostly for the fear of the alternative. Likewise, as soon as we come of age, we find a safe, secure job with benefits, just so we don't have to beg, not necessarily because we are after something. Someone said, slavery taught black people how to survive, but not how to live. So we go through life with no particular set of goals, chasing respectability at the expense of self-discovery. Our parents will tell us we can be whoever/whatever we want to be in life, then go on to ask us what our dream job was. The irony is, even in the instruction to exercise our freedom, they confined our mentality to always being instruments of service, never pioneers. They are not to blame. They are just victims of the same parenthesis, simply subjected to a cycle of fear at an early stage, the fear of going against the grain. Like their parents, they sought security, opting for conformity at the expense of liberty, or rather confusing the two. There is no one better than this man in the mirror. We, however, see ourselves in the same light as the colonialists did us, inferior. That's why we call a rich black member of our society Murungu, euphemism for boss, but with reference akin to a white man. We see him/her in the same light as we saw the settlers, conqueror, them of us, him or her of poverty. In our minds, same difference. We feel inferior even to he who is of the same origin as us, attempt to curry favor at the expense of dignity. Fearing is his or her reproach, fear born out of the desire for perks that come with his favor. Thus we forgo bettering ourselves, investing our time in being good company to those more privileged than ourselves, just so they can toss their trinkets and breadcrumbs our way at their discretion. What is the true measure of a man who lives at the benevolence of another? We fear asking ourselves this question, knowing fully well the answer renders us inadequate to be called men amongst men. The mind was created more to create than to store, yet we use it less for the former and more for the latter. Everything that flies must at some point land. However, the fear of failure, being unequal to the task, forces us to settle for less. We choose not to take flight at all. We opt to land before we even take off. There is no bravery in the absence of fear. But the truth is, the grip of fear can be so strong that you can almost touch it. It is this aspect of fear that is universal and makes vegetables of dreams that, if encouraged, could have amounted to something of note. However though, of all things, we grew up accustomed to fear.